Before I reveal the words that could transform your entire existence, let me ask you something that might shake everything you believe about manifestation. What if I told you that the last 60 seconds before you drift off to sleep hold more power than all the affirmations you've ever spoken in broad daylight combined? You see, Neville Goddard discovered something that modern science is only beginning to understand. Those precious moments when your conscious mind starts to quiet down and your subconscious begins to stir. That's when true transformation becomes possible. But here's what most people get wrong. They think any positive thought before bed will do. They couldn't be more mistaken. Tonight I'm going to share something that Neville Goddard understood deeply, but few have truly grasped. A technique so profound, yet so simple, that once you understand it, you'll wonder how you ever lived without it. This isn't about random affirmations or wishful thinking. This is about tapping into what Neville called the law, the principle that your imagination, properly directed in those drowsy moments before sleep, creates your future reality. But before I reveal these exact words, let me ask you this. Have you ever noticed how the thoughts you fall asleep with seem to color your entire next day? There's a reason for that, and it goes deeper than you might think. Your subconscious mind, which Neville taught is the true architect of your reality, is most receptive in those final moments before sleep. It's like a garden where the soil is most fertile just before nightfall. Let me share something most people don't realize about these pre-sleep moments. Your brainwaves actually shift from beta to alpha and then to theta just before you drift off. In this theta state, the barrier between your conscious and subconscious mind becomes paper thin. Scientists call this the hypnagogic state, but Neville knew it by another name. He called it the perfect moment for impressing your desires upon the subconscious mind. Think about it. Every night you have this window of opportunity, these precious 60 seconds where reality becomes malleable, where the seeds of tomorrow's experiences are planted. But here's the thing, most people waste this powerful time. They scroll through social media, worry about tomorrow's problems, or let their minds wander aimlessly. They're literally programming their subconscious for more of what they don't want. But you're about to learn how to use these 60 seconds to completely reshape your reality. This isn't just about positive thinking, it's about understanding and applying the exact principle that Neville Goddard used to transform countless lives. He called it the art of falling asleep, and once you master it, your life will never be the same. The technique I'm about to share isn't just another manifestation method. It's a specific sequence of words, spoken in a particular way, that aligns perfectly with how your subconscious mind operates during these crucial moments before sleep. But here's what makes it different. It's not just about what you say, it's about how you say it. And more importantly, how you feel as you say it. Step 1, prepare your mind. Before you even think about speaking these words, you need to prepare your mental state. This is where most people go wrong. They try to jump straight into affirmations without first creating the right conditions. Neville Goddard emphasized that the feeling is the secret, not just the words themselves. Here's what you need to do as you lie in bed. Take 3 deep breaths. But these aren't just any breaths. With each exhale, feel yourself sinking deeper into what Neville called the state of the wish fulfilled. Feel your body becoming heavy, your mind becoming quiet. This takes no more than 15 seconds, but it's crucial. You're creating a bridge between your conscious and subconscious mind. The key here is to reach what I call the sweet spot, that moment when your logical mind begins to quiet down, but before you're too drowsy to focus. It's like catching a wave at exactly the right moment. Too early and your logical mind will resist. Too late and you'll drift off before the words can take root. Step 2. The words that change everything. Now here's where it gets interesting. The exact words you'll speak in these remaining 45 seconds are designed to bypass your conscious mind's resistance and speak directly to your subconscious. But remember, these aren't just words, they're keys that unlock specific frequencies in your subconscious mind. The phrase is this: I am now experiencing my perfect life. Everything I desire is already mine. I live in the end, knowing it is done. Simple, right? Almost too simple. That's exactly what makes it so powerful. Neville taught that complexity is the enemy of impression. Your subconscious mind responds best to clear, direct statements. But here's the crucial part. You don't just speak these words. You feel them, you live them, you become them. As you speak these words, do it slowly, deliberately. Feel the weight and truth of each word. When you say, I am now, feel the immediacy of it. Not tomorrow, not someday, now. When you say experiencing, engage all your senses. What does your perfect life feel like? Taste like? Sound like? Make it real in your mind. The phrase, everything I desire is already mine, might seem presumptuous to your conscious mind, but your subconscious accepts it without question. That's why this timing is so crucial. Your conscious mind's resistance is at its lowest just before sleep. Step 3. The feeling is everything. This is where the real magic happens, and it's what separates those who get results from those who don't. As you continue repeating these words in these precious seconds, you must generate and maintain what Neville called the feeling of the wish fulfilled. But let me be clear, this isn't about emotion in the way most people think about it. It's not about excitement or enthusiasm. It's about the calm, natural feeling of knowing something is already yours. Think about something you know you have, your name, for instance. When you think of your name, there's no doubt, no effort to believe. That's the feeling you're aiming for. As you lie there speaking these words, let that feeling of naturalness wash over you. Your perfect life isn't something you're trying to get, it's something you're experiencing right now, in your imagination. And remember what Neville taught, your imagination is the reality from which your physical experience flows. Step 4. The crucial timing. Now, here's something vital that most people miss about this technique. The entire process, from the initial breaths to the final repetition, must fit within that 60-second window. Why? Because that's typically how long you can maintain that perfect state of consciousness between wakefulness and sleep. Go longer and you risk either falling asleep before completing the impression or staying too alert and losing that magical theta state. This isn't about marathon sessions of affirmations. It's about quality over quantity, precision over persistence. Think of it like taking a photograph. You need the right light, the right focus, and the right moment. Those 60 seconds are your perfect exposure time. Any longer and the image becomes overexposed. Any shorter, and it won't fully develop. Step 5. The power of repetition. Here's where Neville's teaching becomes truly transformative. You don't just do this once and expect miracles. You make it your nightly practice. Every single night, without fail, these 60 seconds become your most important ritual. But here's the key, you're not doing it to make something happen. You're doing it because it's the most natural thing in the world to live from the end, to experience your perfect life in your imagination before it manifests in your physical reality. Remember, Neville taught that persistence is crucial, but not the kind of persistence that comes from effort and struggle. It's the persistence that comes from knowing that what you're doing is as natural as breathing, as inevitable as the sun rising in the morning. Step 6. The morning bridge. Now, here's something most people never realize about this technique. Those 60 seconds before sleep create a bridge to your first moments of wakefulness. When you wake up the next morning, before you even open your eyes, recall those words and that feeling. This creates what I call a manifestation loop. You're essentially bookending your sleep with the same powerful impression. Your subconscious mind works with this impression all night long, and by reconnecting with it first thing in the morning, you're reinforcing its power. Step 7. Trust the process. This is perhaps the most challenging part for many people, but it's absolutely crucial. Once you've done your 60-second practice, let it go completely. Trust that the seed has been planted and that it's growing in ways you can't yet see. Neville was very clear about this. You don't need to know how your desire will manifest. Your job is simply to live from the end in your imagination, especially during these crucial moments before sleep. The how is not your concern. Think of it like ordering at a restaurant. Once you've placed your order, you don't go into the kitchen to check if they're cooking it right. You trust that it's being prepared and will arrive at the perfect time. Your manifestation works the same way. Now, let me be clear about something. This isn't about instant gratification. While some people experience immediate results with this technique, the real power lies in its cumulative effect. Every night you practice this, you're building momentum, strengthening the bridge between your imagination and your physical reality. You might notice small changes at first, a shift in how you feel during the day, unexpected opportunities appearing, a new level of calm and certainty in your decisions. But as you continue, these changes compound. What seemed impossible begins to feel inevitable. Here's something crucial that most people miss about this technique. The goal isn't to make something happen. The goal is to live from the end so naturally that your physical reality has no choice but to conform to your imaginal acts. Neville put it this way: you never attract that which you want, but always attract that which you are. These 60 seconds before sleep are your opportunity to be the person who already has everything you desire. Think about that for a moment. Every night you have this opportunity to reshape your entire reality. 60 seconds. That's all it takes. But these aren't just any seconds. They're the most powerful seconds of your day, the moments when the veil between imagination and reality is thinnest. So here's my challenge to you. Try this technique for the next 30 days. Every night, without fail, use these precious 60 seconds as I've described. Don't modify the words. Don't try to improve the technique. Just follow it exactly as outlined. But here's the thing: you have to commit fully. No half measures. No, I'll try it and see what happens. Remember what Neville taught. Imaginal acts must be done with conviction, with the feeling of naturalness, with the absolute knowing that what you're experiencing in your imagination is your present reality. Right now, you're standing at a crossroads. You can continue going to sleep the way you always have, letting your mind wander wherever it will in those final moments of consciousness. Or you can use these 60 seconds to deliberately shape tomorrow's experiences. The power has always been yours. These words, this technique, they're simply tools to help you access what's already within you. Neville spent years teaching this truth, and now it's being offered to you. Remember, every night when you lay your head on your pillow, you have a choice. Will you use these 60 seconds to reinforce old patterns, or will you use them to step into the reality you desire? The decision is yours, but the opportunity is always there, waiting for you to seize it. So tonight, when you go to bed, try it. Take those 3 deep breaths, speak those words with feeling, and let yourself experience your perfect life in your imagination. Do it for 60 seconds. That's all it takes. And then watch as your world begins to transform. If you're ready to commit to this practice, to give it your all for the next 30 days, type "I commit" in the comments below. Let's create this transformation together. Remember, your future self is shaped by the choices you make right now, in this moment. The power of these 60 seconds has always been within you. Now you know how to use it. The question is, will you?